Yo, 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 what's up, what's up? The Shop, London, UK, are you ready to rumble? We're going to have to do a lot better than that. We're live to the world right now. This is the brand new vibration for the future, the unbelievable, the incredible, coming from your hearts and souls. The main man with the plan, the original multi-vocalist, the Don producer. Make some noise for Killa Kela! It's all about the live podcast night, people. Let's go.
Yeah, this is a little heads up before we get started. Make sure you go and subscribe. That's the call to action right there. All the Killa Kela podcast links are all in the desirable areas. SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes. Make sure it happens. Enjoy the show, people.
Killa Kela Podcast. KillaKelaOfficial.com.
THTC, the UK's leading ethical streetwear label. Organically grown and ethically built garments from hemp, organic cotton and other sustainable materials. 2019 is their 20th anniversary year. Join me with THTC as a Killa Kela podcast sponsor celebrating music, social activism, hemp and street culture. THTC, eco-fashion redefined since 1999.
Graffiti Kings.
Beatbox created.
Killa Kela.
And we're here to talk about world music and street culture.
Killa Kela Podcast.
Gang, gang. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Killa Kela Podcast live and direct. How are we feeling? Life is good. Everybody share the shit out of this thing. And if you're at home listening in, thank you so much for coming together. We've got a whole heap of people inside the ride today. Bob Vylan, Hugo, Chegwin, fucking Kurupt FM. And we got the whole. Listen, we're only just getting started, but let's go over to SJ and Anthony behind the camera and really see what's going on the floor. Floor crew, make some noise!
Hi, it's SJ. We're here live with the Killa Kela Podcast. We're here at the shop in Kensal Rise. But first, I'm going to go and meet some guests, but I have to show you the cutest person in the whole entire world and my best friend. It's Eric the Dog. Good evening. I'm here with Bobby Vylan from Bob Vylan. How are you doing this evening?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm really well. Just sharing a little drink. So I hear you're performing live later with our very own Killa Kela.
Yep. That's right. We've got the new track that's out now. It's called Lynch Your Leaders. So we're doing kind of like a live rendition of that with Kela on the drums.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty special. He's going to be beatboxing. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
THTC Clothing. Hi, guys.
Hello. All right.
Do you want to tell us a bit about your company?
Go for it, go on, mate. Oh, go on then, if you
Someone go for it.
So we're THTC Clothing, with the UK's leading ethical streetwear label. We make all our clothes from hemp, organic cotton, sustainable materials. We've been running since 99, so this is our 20th year. As part of our 20th year anniversary, we're supporting a whole range of kind of new music ventures and culture ventures. Kela's been like a friend of the family. Like Gav met Kela. Gav, when did you meet Kela?
So, well, when Kela started, so I guess we're going back, 16, 17 years, something like that? I don't know.
Nah, he's not that old. So I just bumped into my girl Carly, and she's obviously got the memo for the fire theme tonight that I was going with as well. You're looking great.
Thank you.
You match the wallpaper as well, so what can you say?
Well, that was all right. That wasn't too bad, was it? I've got to give a big shout out to everybody inside the ride. Big shout out to all the bullies inside. Jungle Brown inside, Doc Brown inside. I mean, so many people. Standard Warriors, hold tight. B-Boy Document. Look, enough graph writers and everyone inside. But look. Yeah, no. Listen, we're here for one reason only. That's to get under the hood of these artists right here. And my first guests are without a doubt some of the pioneers. In fact, they were from the jump. These guys were from the jump. I would like to introduce to you Lee Blackwell, pro skater, alongside the Pav of Foreign Beggars. Well, first of all, welcome to the shop.
Hello.
What's up?
Nice to be here.
How you feeling? All right?
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah?
Medium wavy.
Medium wavy. We took a little while for us to get going, didn't it? Half an hour. But what's half an hour between friends, isn't it?
What's half an hour?
Yeah, the last train, isn't it? Essentially. How you doing? You weren't actually in town, were you? You were somewhere else a few
No,
minutes
I
ago.
travelled about 100 miles to get here.
Yeah?
I've been away in China, then came back, and then SJ told me about this, so I was like, yeah.
Hold on.
Get on.
So you were in China? You were in China before it?
Yeah.
Before
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
What were you doing there?
Yeah, I was just out there skating, seeing friends and just hanging out, not doing too much. Just.
Bro, I've got this imagery in my head, and I think it harks back from my younger me, and it's like skaters embody that shit to the T. It's like you wake up in the morning and you're breathing, skating. You sleep, eat, skateboarding.
Yeah, pretty much. I wake up and the first thing I want to do is have a beer, and then I'll get my board and then I'll go skating.
Have a beer. Have a beer.
I couldn't do one without the other.
But here's the thing, like, you must get like severe, like, as you get older, I mean, we're not going to even go there, but like, you must get like some severe, like, aches and pains getting up in the morning, surely.
Yeah, I pretty much can't get out of bed without like painkillers.
That's what the beer's for, bro.
That's what the beer's for. So the beer's medicational.
No, I order my painkillers from America now, so it's easier.
What's the worst shit?
And a pint.
What's the worst shit that can happen though? Like, do your joints just start like chunking away and getting a bit gristly or some shit?
Yeah, pretty much. You get to a point where like you can't get out of bed properly without like painkillers and stuff, or just you have to constantly go to the gym just to make sure you can fucking function every day.
I wonder if that's like the same with MCs. You know, as they get older, when your jaw starts giving way.
CBD.
Fuck, man. I remember a lot. I used to skate. I remember there was one time I was in Dubai. I was like, let me go to the piste, yeah? Snowboarding, fell over, bust my rib up. I mean, I used to skate. I can't skate anymore, bro. I skated, yeah. I mean, yeah, like that's some endurance shit.
That's
bro.
some other level shit. I remember, so do you remember Scientist of Sound, our Kill?
Mm-hmm.
Bad boy MC, right? And we went to snowboarding, like the first ever snowboarding, and like I was about to jump on a snowboard and like have it. I was about to go in. And I had an interview for Fat Boss magazine with our Kill. And he goes, how's it going, man? I was like, yeah, I'm safe and sound. I'm just going to go on the snow resort and go down. And he looks at me and he goes, you fucking mad? You fucking, like, you lose your teeth and you got no career. And I was like, I sat back down like 19-year-old me's like, oh, wow, sorry. Let's have the interview then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you were 19 then. If you're 19, you can bounce back from that shit, you know what I'm saying?
What, your teeth?
I get out, I can't snowboard for shit.
You can get you some grills, bro. That's some rap shit right there.
Yeah, in hindsight. Go Goldie on it.
Yes, it's chippy, man. For me, it's like, I love skating. People run up the skateboard. I'm like, oh, let me just bust a little something. I don't want to spoil my shoes anymore. So, no, but if I fall over, I fuck my shit up. It's like, it's a missed shot. I can't miss shows, but it shows, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
that's his hustle. That's what you have to go through.
It's stupidity though, more than anything.
What's stupidity?
Well, you throw
set yourself up for this shit, bitch.
you throw yourself to the floor. Normal person just says, "Fuck it, I'm not doing that again." It hurt.
Yeah,
Idiots do it again.
Since when have you been normal?
Determination of like you going in like that. That's just got to be some stealth. I'm doing it. Like, I mean, doing a podcast is nothing compared to doing that.
I think I've banged my head so many times, I just don't know any better.
True. I mean, you know when your balls are made platinum.
Hey, listen, actually, let's get into this. Right, this is news. News. Pav, what the fuck's going on with Foreign Beggars? Why are you breaking up? What? Let's ask that fucking question. What's going on, G?
I don't know, man. We've been, you know, it's like we've been loving house music for so long. You know? Basically, yeah, fuck it out. So
pressure's on now.
Pressure is like,
yeah, come with it.
We've been doing this shit for so long. Do you know what I'm saying? Ebo's been rapping since he was 9 years old. We put our first record out in 2003. We've been doing this thing, and for me, I mean, I love it. This is my life. But there's been certain things where, man, you know, you've been in a group with people for 17 years, and we're doing this thing, and I feel like, you know, for Hugo especially, he's a very special artist, and there hasn't been like this kind of like coagulated synergy that's been there for so long.
I get you.
it's been like, you know, you feel, you know, he wants to express and do his own thing, so it's cool, you know. So it's like, all right, cool, we'll do that.
So it's you're doing
like,
things.
Oh yeah, you know, all right, fine, yeah. I'll keep Foreign Beggars going. We'll get another rapper in, and now it's just like, you know what? It's like, and for me as well, it's like I've kind of like put off doing my own solo shit for so long because Foreign Beggars has been my thing. But as a rapper, like I feel as a rapper, I've never never put myself through as a solo. In the beginning, when I was coming up, I was a rapper. I mean, rapper, but I was like, you know, very dead set on fucking making a mark because you have to do that. But there came a point where it was like Foreign Beggars as opposed to doing my own thing, and I wasn't. No, because I've had Foreign Beggars and that's been my life's work, I never kind of said, all right, cool, this is what I'm going to do. And it's like, I thought about it, and like in the last few years, I was like, okay, cool, I could go down as me, I could go down boom back with Orifice, vocal channel, grind thing, do an EDM thing, pop thing, electronic thing, Indian thing, and I was never really settled, but until Ebo was like, I need to do my own thing for a bit. I was like, you know what? All right, cool. I'm gonna do my own thing, and then it kind of put me in a place where I had to decide. I was kind of in a situation where I had to decide what I want to do as an individual, because as an artist, you can be a group or you can really put it forward. You know, you know, when it came to the point of like, all right, cool. You know, we're gonna go our separate ways. It was like, all right, cool. So by putting an end date on Foreign Beggars, it kind of has given us a thing of, all right, cool. Yeah. You know, certain times you need to be put in the fucking deep end. Yeah. To really bring about the next level of what you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, in terms of Foreign Beggars, it's cool. Yeah, we can do Foreign Beggars. Yeah, it's almost like it's too easy to do Foreign Beggars. So it's like next level, new challenge. So it's like
challenge is true. Like sometimes when you get yourself in that place where like the anxiety kicks in, it's panic. I was only talking to Target about it earlier. It's like you get into that zone. It's like I can't fight or flight. I'm in the deep. Yeah, you know what I mean.
So it's almost like as artists, it's like you almost have to get yourself in that much trouble to get yourself out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I could do that. That's too easy. But it's like until you got to do that to save your fucking life. Yeah. You know. So that's what it is now. And it's like. Ooh. Yeah. So it's like we didn't say Foreign Beggars ended now. We're like, all right, Foreign Beggars ending then, but I can see the end, and time moves faster when you get older. So it's like, all right, cool. So for me, the maddest thing is, it's like, all right, Foreign Beggars is ending. The only reason I can actually be in this country is because I'm in Foreign Beggars and we're doing shows. Oh yeah, right. So it's like we end Foreign Beggars, do this last fucking section of shows, done another Foreign Beggars album. It's gonna come out, but after that, it's like, what's happening? So. Literally, like, after I come back in September, we do the next run. At the end of it, it's like I don't even have a country to live in. So it's like...
Whoa, that's cold. Wow.
So it's like, I'm just getting everything ready. And then
there's a whole life shift. You got a whole life shift going on.
Yeah, it's life shift. And it's like, for certain people, it's like, okay, life shift, and then we go this way. But for me, it's like life shift. And my shit is hella abstract. So there's two things going on, but... It's not so easy. I can be like, hey, walk in, sign this. I'm not like I'm 39 now, so it's not like I'm like, oh, let's sign this guy. So it's like, you know, I'm backing myself. I put all my own money into it, and then, so I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen.
Take some fucking bravery, right? Fucking bravery.
So, I don't know. So basically, literally at the end of this year, after the Foreign Beggars shit's done, 1st of January, I don't even know where I'm living yet. So.
I mean, I've got like this theory that I have of myself. It's like the glass is always half full. The moment I'm like half empty, I'm panicking. If it's over and it's over full, then all of a sudden I'm complacent. Yeah. It's like there's a real kind of halfway house. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a tough one, isn't it? How's it for you, Lee? What's your theory on that? I mean, you've got a sustained,
I was just sitting there thinking, like, 39, fucking, you need to do your own shit now. Fucking carry on with it. Yeah, fucking.
But it's not the same. You don't have the same energy as when you're 19. You know what I mean? Like,
no, but that family's always there. So that family's always there. So I'm sure at some point you'll break and then come back. Yeah. Do something again together. So fuck it.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's never really broken.
Yeah. Oh no, it's something to do with that. It's like, I mean, I don't know what else I could do right now. It's like. Imagine me like trying to. I've never had a.
Yeah, that's the other thing, bro.
Same thing, your style.
Yo, let's go. Let's hire that guy.
Yeah.
Don't hire no one. Do your own thing.
But it is a tough one, isn't it? Because when you hit a certain age, then that's the deal. You are that thing. You're that thing, and that's what. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When you've been it in it for that many years with a certain fucking family, pretty much.
I feel for people like Brian Harvey and people like that actually have to walk, you know, from... do you know what I mean? He has to walk around like that.
No,
you know what I mean?
he's a G, bro.
He's a G.
Yeah.
But, you know, you walk around and you see him, you know who he is immediately. It's like he's not going to work behind the counter at Tesco's. It's not the one. It's like you are that...
I think he's saying you might be on the counter in Tesco's.
Well, if he's a bit...
That can't be happening.
No, he's not. It's not.
That shit can't be happening.
Waitrose at least.
I don't doubt for a second. I mean, like...
Waitrose.
You're going on like a brand tip as well. Your whole brand is like switching up.
Brand?
Yeah, you're doing it.
Yeah.
Fucking Pav. That's the one. So Lee, so what's the plan? What's the plan with this thing? What you do, how do you process going on tour as a skateboarder? Because you did Sky and you did all these different like events, didn't you, on TV and everything? I
pretty much do as I'm told. Like, apart from that, I'm just chilling. Like, I just get a phone call and I'm told what to do, and I'll just decide what I want to do when I want to do it.
Yeah.
And you just pick and choose the event you want to do, and
Yeah. It sounds lush. Sounds lush. Can I just make a point? Actually, there is that if you hear a certain noise happening, there is Erok the dog. Make some noise for Erok the dog underneath. Can we get him up? Can we show? Can you get Erok up? Can we do that? Get Erok up. Let's make this happen like a happy meal. This is the. What's it they say? Don't work with kids or animals. Eric, this is already starting, man. Or Liam. Yeah. Here we go. Make some noise for Eric the dog. Go on, son. He's a professional skateboarder, not a fucking joke.
He's the most famous motherfucker in the building right now.
He's a professional skateboarder, hands down, I swear to God.
Can we get a round of applause for Eric the motherfucking dog? No, that was shit.
He's way better than I am. I've been skating for like 27 years and he's way better than I am.
Yeah, but he gets tour management, isn't it?
Exactly. I think he needs to be my new tour manager. Get me on some decent events.
Yeah, you know that. Right, well listen boys, we're going to move on and upwards, keep it moving. You're going to be having a drink and all that and bits and bobs, ain't you?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please make some noise for Pav of Lee Blackwell? Gang.
No. Before we go anywhere, make some noise for this motherfucker, Killa Kela, Alright, I seen this guy when I was... No, real talk. I remember I come here on holiday before I moved here, and I went to Magna Attraction. I seen this motherfucker, and I was like, there's about 4 or 5, 6 shows in my life that I seen, and I seen him, Duppy fucking Mass in Brixton, and I was like...
That's exactly the same. When I was at NAS, and I was skating there, and then they said you was on and that, and see you fucking beatboxing there, it was just like...
Oh, yeah, boys, thank you.
So when you see someone, you say, this is how you do a show? Bruv, I wouldn't have a visa to be here if I didn't see you do that shit. No, don't lie, bruv. Come on. Round of applause.
Gang. Well, thank you very much, boys. Thank you so much for coming as well. Really appreciate the love as well. It comes from the heart. Thank you. Without a doubt, it's time to roll it out, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, let's go over to us rolling VT Vox Pop style Camden Rocks Festival. We had the luxury of going to hang out with Carl Barat, Towers of London, and all the other gang alongside SJ. Hold tight, over to VT, boys. Go on. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Killa Kela Podcast, and guess where we are?
Camden Rocks Festival.
We're only about to have it. We're going to be ballooning around here, showing you the ins and outs. You know,
ballooning. Okay.
You know, just showing you the best bits. All right, essentially the best bits. Killa Kela Podcast. Let's go.
Just run into one of my friends from the Hated Skateboards.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's very well after this slushy.
Slush puppy.
It was a heavy night last night. I stayed up to watch the Joshua fight, which he lost. Against the tomato can. But the slushy's bringing me back to life.
Oh, that's good. Tell us about the Hated.
We're a London-based skateboarding company, the most authentic, real London brand.
Real London tings.
Yeah, exactly.
I did a photo shoot for them in a bra and a balaclava, so you can check that out.
Yeah, the Hated Skateboards on Instagram for breasts and bumpers.
Okay, awesome.
So at Fest at the moment, we're here with UKids. Hold on, wait. We're live inside the ride with UKids. Blizz, how you feeling?
Wow, it's so great! I love London!
Of course we're losing our shit right here.
Wow, we'll come back again Definitely, we'll be back again. Rock you. Arigato from Japan, Tokyo.
This evening has already been brought alight by the Towers of London. What we saying?
It's a good one, wasn't it?
I think so.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, hot, sweaty, invigorating, energetic punk rock and roll.
I like that they wore boiler suits. It's very Slipknot-esque.
I prefer the Beastie Boys.
We like welding.
It's like a new audience, isn't it? It's like you expect the unexpected in terms of fucking audience, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, who knows? Like, you could get here and play to nobody. Or you get here and play to a great crowd. It's luck of the draw, isn't it?
Festivals are always good because you're just in there amongst everybody. And it's great to see everybody just piling in for us again on a Sunday as well.
Yeah, and I tell you what was good is like, obviously people knew old songs and stuff, but like the reaction to the new songs, and this is such a cliche, every band says it, but the reaction was really good, and so that gives you hope, doesn't it, for the future?
Right. That's right. I know you guys have like a hiatus and whatnot, but it felt like it was like they knew the words.
We were on a hate-atus. We hated each other for a decade.
I enjoyed that one of you was wearing sunglasses the whole time.
Tommy.
Yes, Tommy was wearing sunglasses the whole time. Why weren't all of you? I mean, that's my question.
I mean, that's a very good question and one that we need to look at.
I can't wear shades on stage because I lose them in the first song.
You look cool as fuck now, so like it's like, mate.
No, too much headbanging.
To be fair.
That's why you can wear his shades.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
And also, he's a little bit like Medusa. So,
yeah, bro, how's it?
Instances at one show where Tommy stared a couple of fans in the face and they turned to stone.
Oh,
so that's why he wears shades.
But it's high energetic. It's like proper like high level like.
Basically, it works this way: you play until you feel you're about to die in each song, and then you just repeat until the set's finished, and then you die.
And then you cling on for dear life, and you look at Neil, you go, "How long left?" And he just keeps supplying you with towels and red stripe.
And you die again. And you die again.
Then you die. Yeah, it's basically like reincarnation. It's Groundhog Day. Death in every song.
A sweaty death. A sweaty, restricted breathing death, slow dying death, and then you get the energy back the next day.
Killa Kela Podcast with the Towers of London.
Yes, goodbye everyone.
Goonies never say die.
Live and direct, Dingwalls. Who are we with? Carl Barrett.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah. Staying out of trouble. How's your evening going? All right.
It's going all right so far. Yeah. I'm about to go on stage. So I got a fear, so I'm just relaxing in here.
Yeah. It's a toilet, isn't it?
No, it's a shower.
It's a shower.
And what do you do for before the gig? Is it a spiritual thing where you have to
Kinda, yeah. Sort of march around. Got these prayer beads. I don't really use them.
Have a fag.
Have a fag.
Have a fag. Have a shower. You know what I mean? Put some sunglasses on.
I never knew he was going to knock on the door. But yeah.
What's it like being in the Libertines?
Yes, it has its moments. Yeah, no, it's a wonderful thing actually. If I'm honest, it's like one of the best things I've ever done. It's utterly emancipating at the same time as being completely constricting. But it's a wonderful thing. When it flies, it flies.
Get fucked up a lot?
I think I was born fucked up.
Yeah. I mean, that's what when you say Libertines, that essentially is what it is, isn't it?
Libertines, like to me, is like cocaine and smoking, lots of sunglasses.
I'm smoking because I'm nervous. I've got sunglasses on because you have. If I'm honest, I'm terrified.
It's like a soldier complaining he's getting shot at, isn't it?
Yeah, I chose to be here in the shower with you fine people.
Yeah.
So,
It's nice to be in the shower with you.
Well, thank you very much.
But it's a great fucking event, isn't it?
It's fucking, everyone's come out for it, and everyone's. I think Camden has that thing where his ability to mould people into that sort of dusk till dawn vibe. Anything can happen.
Well, Asen, have a fucking blinder, won't you?
I will do, and you.
Yeah, top
All right,
boy.
Nice one.
It's finally good to meet you as well.
And you too, man. Well, pass the soap and be on your way.
So here it is, wrap up for another year of Camden Rocks. Are you sad?
I'm very sad. I got a pouty lip.
Who have we seen? We've seen Carl Barrett. We've seen Towers of London.
Towers of London. Who else have we seen? We've seen loads of fucking people. It's been great.
They've all been rolling.
Yeah.
We've all rolling. You guys are sounding fucking gorgeous. You know what time it is? It's time to introduce the next one. It's the next one. Would you please make some noise for Hugo, Chegwin and Shola Ama? Now, for those of you who don't know, Hugo Chegwin is beats from Kurupt FM. And if you don't know, the queen beside of me is the lady with the soulful voice. Actually, one of my, like, teen soundtrack voices. Like, growing up, man. You know what I'm saying, don't you?
Yeah.
It's just another level. How are you doing?
I'm good, yeah.
Yeah?
It's mad. Everyone says that you're my childhood. Like, because I've been around for 100 years.
Come on. How's that? I mean, you've got to feel pretty much like at peace with that, though, right?
No, do you know what? Like, I always sort of make fun of the fact I've been around for so long, but I still do a lot of gigs on lineups with new acts. So I feel like if after this much time I still get booked to do stuff with new artists, then that's a good thing.
Well, we're doing a gig like in 2 weeks' time or something.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It should be a good one as well.
Yeah, it'll be fucking bubbling. It'll be bubbling. I love that. I just love the consistency as well.
Yeah.
And you've gone through like so many like transformations, like with Toddler T and that's a mad one.
Yeah, I was in with T today.
I didn't see that coming. I
Yeah, I think a lot of the collaborations I've done have been like that, but I think it's just I kind of go to the area where I feel the vibe from people.
I feel that.
Do you know what I mean? As opposed to just doing anything or everything, I go to the people that I vibe with as people.
Energy, innit?
Yeah, 100%. I'm about that.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of energy, what is it you look for? Like, when, like, how did Toddler approach you and be like, okay, we're gonna do this?
Annie set that up, to be honest. I
Really?
think me and Annie had a mutual friend, and we spoke about it before. I think we kind of messaged on Twitter, like, oh, we should work together, and then I think Annie pushed to make it happen.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
Ain't that the way?
Yeah.
Circles and all that sort of
exactly.
stuff, innit? But you just got to be in it to win it, haven't you?
For sure, yeah.
Hugo.
Yes, sir.
I've been online and checking your stuff. I mean, I've known about your stuff for a while, but bro, like your whole back catalogue of what you're about is like insane. Like to think that we've met you now at this junction, but like you've been so busy, you've been doing so much.
Kind of, but just one thing. Kurupt FM.
Yeah, but there is a journey to that, isn't there? I mean, where did it all begin for you?
My journey's a bit different compared to the other guys.
Yeah.
I was doing music before.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was like balancing music and a TV show. It's a weird balancing act to do, really.
Kurupt FM's the one, man. People do nothing. What are you saying on that, huh? Lively. Fucking great. But this is the thing, isn't it? It's like, all it takes is one little spark, a little something, and then that just like blows.
Yeah, we were lucky, man, because I feel like when the UK garage resurgence, if that's the right word, was coming around, we just had this show and it kind of fell into that circle and became a part of it. So it's like timing, luck.
Are you into garage? Is it?
Yeah, I grew up going on pirate stations. I said grew up, like I went on a couple of them. I wasn't heavily involved, but yeah, DJ, bedroom and stuff like that.
Oh, you was DJ as well? No.
Yeah, like in my bedroom. Yeah. And like parties. Yeah, not well.
So what you embody in the show essentially is something that you took from being a youngster, like playing in that kind of level, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I was that idiot. I still am a little bit.
Are you still doing the live shows?
Yeah. Well, we stopped now because the TV show is finished.
Because I did one of the shows and it was probably like one of the best things I've done.
Oh,
that was that. Yeah, it was mad.
It just looks mad. Looks like a lot of fun.
Mad, and someone said, "This is the last one." I was like, "Oh."
Yeah. Well, maybe.
Okay.
We're doing a film basically, so after the film, then we'll.
Oh, that's cold. That's gonna be sick.
Then hopefully we'll tour again.
This is the thing. You're able to like Shola. You're able to merge and do stuff with artists on it. Very much like me, like beatboxing. I'll come do that, and you know, you
genre hop.
Yeah, and you just kind of fill in the gaps, right?
Yeah, I have done for a while. Like I've done some collaborations with like people like Curtis Lynch Jr. like on a reggae project, or I might work with like Bugsy Malone one day, and then I might work with someone over there. Do you know what I mean? It just depends. Like
that's cool.
Yeah, I think you have to, but also for me, it's like doing what I feel is right. I wouldn't necessarily. There's loads of things I could have been doing over the last 20 years that would have kept me more visible, but I've chosen not to do that because that's just not what I felt was right for me. Like a lot of TV, a lot of different avenues.
So it's in your gut. This is like, this is kind of
yeah.
what I
Like
want
I've been
to play.
offered a lot of things that would have kept my profile a lot bigger than it's been over the last couple decades. But I've deliberately kind of shied away from that stuff because it's just not really. Yeah, it's just not really like the right fit for me. Yeah.
But you guys share a very similar kind of trajectory in that there is a cult-esque kind of vibe about what you guys bring. I think a lot of it. Yeah, for real. I think some of it as a singer, your pick and choosing actually retracts you from being in the commercial spotlight, which makes it really fucking cool.
Yeah, good. I hope so.
And from your
started the other way around though. Do you know what I mean? I started off as a kind of essentially a pop teen artist. Yeah. And then over the years, I sort of grew up a bit and went, okay, that's not for me. Done the Smash Hits magazine and Top of the Pops, and then sort of just kept a low pro.
I think I gargled my way over to approaching a conversation with you once, and I was like, I bloody love that Imagine songs. That was me. I was a blubbering mess, mate. I was gone. But yeah, and in a very similar way, like there's a cult following, a huge cult following with Kurupt FM and the show, isn't there? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's weird.
It's weird, isn't it?
I appreciate it, I just don't understand.
Yeah. Was that always the plan? Was it just blew like that, and you had no like wants or like ambitions for the way it's gone?
I think we were ambitious and like we had like a kind of plan, like, but not to do live shows. That just happened because we went on Mr. Jam show and did a set, and then we just started getting bookings.
And Craig was there, wasn't he? Craig David was there. Was that the one?
No, that
was another one.
That was later
as well.
Yeah, that was. I don't know what happened that day. I just think the stars aligned and Dick tweeted it, so that changed. Yeah, that changed our booking fee, which was great.
You just got to show up. I mean, you just don't know when that tweet, that repost, that follow happens, and when it does, you go clear.
It's just, I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird thing when it happens.
What did the boys think about it? How do they sit with it?
Yeah, like we're all the same. Like it's a mad journey, man. We like fully appreciate it, and like it's just blown out of I think what we would ever expect. But it's been a big part of our lives for like 7 years. So now it's like it's just a part of our lives. These characters are part of our lives.
Well, I was saying before we jumped on, it was like what's really nice is that you were here as Hugo rather than the character and persona. You know.
Yeah.
Getting an understanding of. You know how it works.
I think my character might be a bit more interesting.
Nah, come on. Like composer-wise, like music you've been part of, correct?
Yeah.
Like give us a rundown of some of the compositions you've been a part of.
I did like Emily Sandé, Heaven, Next to Me, Sam Smith tune, Nirvana, some other Mary J. Blige tune.
That's crazy.
Pretty big.
That's like so low key as well. He's just like, I kind of did that.
It's weird talking about it.
Yeah, of course. But it has to be recognised, that, you know, because it's all part of the journey on, isn't it? You know where you're coming from, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe I should be more DJ Khaled about it. But only one of them really changed my life.
Which one?
Emily Sandé, Next to Me, and Heaven.
Yeah. Those are big tunes.
Yeah, they're great. Well, they're great for me.
The payday was great.
Yeah. Well, it was at the time.
Yeah. That's the funny thing about music, isn't it? It's like there's a load of little fires that you've got to get to before that fire turns into a roaring
I want
flame.
to ask you something. When I was younger, and I still am obsessed with the Neptunes and Pharrell, and I saw you at Hammersmith with NERD.
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah, I was there.
Really?
Yeah, in my mesh hat.
Yeah, proper mate. Trucker.
Yeah.
That was a fucking great show as well.
How was that whole time for you, man? That must have been like surreal.
It was a mad one because, you know, it wasn't like, and I've explained this before, it's not like they'd call me up and say, yo, come down. There was a lot of me knowing they were coming, forecasting it, and then hitting up there. Big shout out to their management team, Mr. Leeds. You know what I mean, Philip Leeds. He fucking really hooked up, like making it happen, and you know, and then all of a sudden I appear and Pharrell's like, oh cool, Kels, you're here. as if like it was just like a thing. Yeah. I mean, these things, they're all opportunist moments, aren't they? They all just happen like that, you know.
That's mad.
What's the wildest situation you've ever got yourself in, Shola?
Oh my God, there's so many.
Yeah.
I can't share that.
Come on.
Don't do that face. Do you know what? I don't know. There's so many. Probably like imprisoned in Barbados.
What?
That's a whole other story.
You got imprisoned in Barbados?
Yeah, I got arrested in Barbados. This is like, I was 19 at the time, which was years ago.
What did you do?
Oh, it's a long story.
Is it a long story?
It was always like in the news of the world. It was that big 2-page spread.
Damn,
yeah.
I never saw that as a paper. I never saw that coming in a minute.
Yeah.
But that was that
probably
time.
Like the worst situation. I don't know, like the wildest. That was the worst.
Wow, I would never have thought that.
I know.
But back in them times, you know, I mean, we was all like early 20s, late teens, and that was like the done thing in UK tabloid. It's like get them.
Yes,
all
it was.
the time.
Yeah. I mean, I got myself into that. I don't think they was like out to get me arrested. That was my fault. I used to do stupid shit all the time when I was in my teens. I mean, still sort of do stupid shit sometimes now, but I don't know about the wildest though. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I can't think right now. There's so many. Because it's been a long career, do you know what I mean? It's like, I started out when I was 17.
17?
Yeah.
I remember it. Remember You Might Need Somebody, you know, that tune. That was just so much like, that was like
and
trajectory,
I still, you know, people still want to hear that now. So it's like 20 odd years later and they don't want to not hear the songs. It's quite hard sometimes to get past a song that big because you want to move on to you want to move on from all your old material and give something new, but people are like, sing Imagine!
Yeah, I get you.
Or whatever.
It's so
which is
hard,
great, but also it's like, you know, you've got those classic songs.
It's the same with the beatboxing in many respects. You know what I mean? It's like there's a hurdle to that and you've got to kind of just make sure that you dot the I's and, you know, cross the T's to make it really the best it can be and let people kind of forget about that.
Yeah. Those songs have been a part of their life or moments of their life.
That's it.
For real. It's all of that.
Thing, I guess.
No, it's good. And then we get to chat here, years on.
Do you remember that party? That's the last time I saw you properly. Was that probably one of the best parties I've been to just up the road?
Harry
party,
Love. Big shout out Harry Love as well. Make some noise for Harry Love. He's just done a radio.
We love Harry, man.
Yeah, Harry's a don, man. He's a don. And that got messy. That was
a great party though. Yeah. I don't think I've ever
Windows
been to
got
one
broken,
that good.
all sorts of shit.
Yes. I don't know if I was there for that bit.
Yeah. Stanton Warriors was there. I saw him.
Yeah. I think everyone in Kensal Rise was in there.
Yeah, it was a farewell. Yeah.
Good party.
Where are you from, Hugo? Where's your home? Whereabouts you living? You don't have to be too specific.
I grew up in Brentford, West London. I've just moved out now to outside of London vibes.
Oh, it's wicked. Yeah, the first step outside, isn't it, man?
Yeah. I like it, man. Yeah. It's nice.
Yeah, for real. And you're Bournemouth now, aren't you?
I don't live here anymore either.
Yeah, your outro.
I like it.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I grew up in Sussex. I mean, that's my neck of the woods.
It's nice to like dip in and dip out. I think when you get older, you just crave a bit of peace.
Yeah, you do. Well, I will leave you two in peace right now. I will leave you two in peace. Thank you so much for coming through. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Hugo and Shola inside the ride. That's the one. Right, now without further ado, it's time to jump into DJ. Target was in here earlier. Make some noise for Target. Yeah, he was in earlier. Let's go and get the lowdown on him. Get the highlights in. Let's go, Guam. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Killa Kela Podcast. I'd like to welcome inside the ride a good friend of mine, DJ Target.
Yes, bro. How are you, bro?
I'm good.
We finally got here, man.
We made it together. We made it.
It's been a minute since you hit me. It was like, right, come and do the podcast. I was like, yep. And it's just been literally like
I know.
back and forth until like we're finally here.
We got there.
So I'm glad to be here, though. Thank you for having me, man.
Brother, come. Little backline for those of you that are out of the town. I mean, you should at least know 3/4 of what this man's about. We think pay as you go, champagne dance.
Mad.
We talk about roll deep. We talk about fucking countries upon countries of radio shows that you've done. And bro, like...
Yes. Sometimes when I actually stop and take stock of like what we've done over the year or what I've been involved in and what I've been lucky enough to be around and achieve and all that, it's like, it is a bit, man. That's one of the main reasons I ended up writing the book. I'm sure we'll talk about that in a bit, but yeah, it's been crazy, man. And it's been a long time I've known you as well, and like,
bro, I know, I'm telling you, man.
You've developed and grown as well. Like, it's just sick to see, like, all of these things just still going on, and some of the OGs like ourselves. I think we both earned OG status now. Yeah, we're still here doing stuff as well, man.
It's actually mad. I was only saying to G before we started this. I was like, man, it's crazy. Like you and me. I mean, it must have been 2007, 2008. We first.
It's going back, and I knew of you long before that. Before I met you, I was a fan of yours, obviously through the beatbox stuff, and obviously you worked with Pharrell and like that whole thing. And like by the time I met you, I'd already known of you for probably like 3, 4, 5 years.
That's it.
Yeah.
But in weird ways, it's like that acquaintance that we made within that period. You've only have like a snapshot of familiarity, and like the past becomes what you know. It's actually crazy that it's only when we do things like this, so we sit down, I walk away thinking, damn, I really know my guy now. I never thought of that before. You must have that all the time on radio.
All the time. Like, the amount of artists that come in, even like artists I've known personally outside of like the music industry, artists like Skepta will come in, or even people like Wiley, I'm still learning things about.
It's weird, isn't it? Like with the journey, I mean, it's like an apprenticeship doing music, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, and before you know it, you're on the machine, and there's no going back.
100%. That's what it was. That's what it felt like for me. You know, I grew up in East London, in Bow in East London, which now is like looked at as like the birthplace of grime. But
it's a bit of a mecca, isn't it?
Yeah, now it is as well, which is like amazing as well. But then it was just like another small place, part of a kind of East London borough, the regular kind of shit you'd have in growing up in East London, and jungle music came along, and we were like, what's this?
Yeah.
Like I was just started secondary school and came across jungle, and it was like, whoa. Because up until then it was all like US hip hop. We were into like New Jack Swing. I'd watch Top of the Pops.
Come on,
come on, bruv.
come on,
bruv. That's like,
don't forget a thing.
Listen. So I'd watch Top of the Pops and see like Bobby Brown on there, and instantly like I'd gravitate towards things like that. And until Jungle came along, we didn't have anything to kind of really identify with. And then Jungle popped up, Cool FM, and being in East London where a lot of that was kind of going on. A lot of those guys was all based in Hackney, Cool FM, and likes of DJ Brocky and whatnot, Det and these guys. They were all kind of local. So
Cool FM was the one.
Yeah,
man.
it was like. And because it was kind of, we could literally see it, they were like local to us. Sometimes they drive past. So it was like, this looked like we could do it. Before that, it was like, we even had little hip hop groups as like really young kids, but we couldn't really see an angle or a route.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Because it was almost closed in.
Yeah.
It's interesting that because I remember that New Jack Swing era, and there was something incredibly inspiring, but at the same time real commercial, and it often played in my mind. I'm like, how do people get to that kind of, not just pop status, but pop sound? It was almost like there was no beginning. But like you say, when drum and bass came around, it was so aggressive and evil almost. It was like had an energy to it.
Yeah, and jungle especially, because we had been big into our R&B, big into our ragga, as you called it then, dancehall, reggae, with like a lot of our friends and families being from the Caribbean. Jungle kind of brought R&B samples, bashment and ragga samples, but then all of a sudden it had this like fast tempo rave beat.
Amen as
then
well.
Then you had like London guys on the mic. It was, to us, it was like, wow, this is it. This is what we need to do. And from then it was like, wanted to be a DJ after that.
That's crazy.
That's where it all started. Same for Wiley. Wiley wanted to.
Was he drum and bass first as well? Was he jungle?
Yeah, we all was like Dizzy Rascal, everyone from Bow who's of a certain age. So all the ones that people probably know of, like the likes of myself, obviously the Rinse FM lot, Genius, Slimzy, Dizzy Rascal. We all got into this via loving jungle. That's what brought us to the kind of art form of DJing and MCing, and then. From there, it was just like, let's get down the record shop. Let's try and be like these guys. And probably a couple of years later, Rinse FM started, and it was in our area, and that was like, right, that's it. We've got a platform, a place.
I was talking to Plastician about this.
Yeah.
And the whole...
He used to be on after me on the radio.
For real?
For years, yeah.
He was saying
Plastic Man, when he was Plastic Man.
The Plastic Man?
Yeah.
He was Plastic?
Yeah, he was called Plastic Man back then, yeah.
He talks about the kind of Krypton Factor-esque approach of like getting into that place. And
it's nuts.
Is your car going to be okay when you come
probably
back?
Weren't. It probably weren't. If you had one, A, you were probably like one of a few, and B, your car probably weren't going to be okay. Because early days, it was like, some crazy blocks the studio was in. Like you'd have a crackhead's house who's probably been given like £20 for the week to have the radio studio in there. So the conditions, when you look back, it's like, I remember seeing mice run across while I'm doing a set.
But you think nothing of it because you're just doing
like,
your thing.
Yeah, it's like, okay, but like, I got to get my next tune on. Like, whereas now, I'm so bougie. I'm like, no way. Like, I'd be out of there straight away. Like, mice.
Like, what the fuck is that doing there? Yeah, I get it.
But then it was like you said, it was like, decks could be on the sink. We'd have to, sometimes, depending on where we were broadcasting from, it could be like a flat where they had neighbours, so the volume had to be really low. Imagine doing a radio set, trying to get vibes. Jungle as well.
Area wars as well. People
area wars. Sometimes the studio was in a different area, like places where we might have had problems with other guys. Other people had the same thing.
And the antenna somewhere else.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like,
of course, yeah.
It was, but all of that, none of that was even in the slightest near to stopping us. We were just like, it was just part of it.
With the Grime Kids book, with the new kind of vlog podcasting you're going on, you know, with Gets and I don't know, it just feels like there is a real housing of what you're about. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm actually glad that you've noticed, or you've like, because we've really, I have tried to, me and the team as well, like we've tried to just really like, what are my strengths? What do people want from me as well? Like, and I noticed one of the reasons I wrote the book is because I used to post pictures on Instagram, and then I'd post like a picture of Roll Deep on the block, and the comments would just be like, and everyone would want to know the story, and everyone, what's that track to it, and what happened that what was that the day that this, and I'd be like, right, okay, cool. And then like Semtex done his book, Hip Hop Raised Me.
Amazing.
He was on after me on the radio every week, and he used to say, when are you doing the grime one? And I'd just be like, oh. half laugh him off. Then after 6 months of him saying that, I was like, and then combined with people just constantly asking about this and that. And then one day I put up the front cover of my book, I posted that picture of me and Wiley, and it was like, I've never seen my phone, like people phoning me, WhatsApp, message, post, Insta, like it was going off, and I was just like, people really, I said, if people knew the story, I was thinking it, and then that night I think I went radio, Semtex again, when you're doing the grime book, and I was like,
he's on you,
actually. So that I remember going away and thinking, maybe, but I was still like, who am I to write a book? Didn't know where to start. Another 6 months passed, but I'm slowly gearing myself up. And Skepta was actually blowing at the time.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Sorry, Skepta had blown. He'd done his thing. Stormzy had come through. It was starting to look like this is a story that kind of no one's told it from my angle or from our angle. It's just moved me into whole different places, and. Yeah, if I hadn't have taken that plunge, that's why I say to people come up to me now as well and say, I've had this idea to write or to, but I'm not sure, and I'll say, no, listen, it might not be tonight, but do that. Yeah, just do it. And I say, even if it's not writing, if whatever that idea that keeps coming to your brain, you keep thinking, no, I could do that, and then you say no later. Like that's the thing that you're supposed to follow that through.
Yeah. I'd even go as far as to say, is like, even talking about doing something, questioning it, is taking the energy away of doing it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You almost got to
That's
stop,
why I
just
went
do it.
and was like, I don't want to really get too many people involved. I said to like even Danny, I was like, I'm writing this book, and he was like, all right, cool. And it was like, maybe half of him was like, all right, cool. We'll see. But I just got on with it. And then I was midway through. It's like, oh, you're really doing it. I was like, no, I'm doing it. I just was like, head down. Didn't want to be distracted. One of the things I just say to people, just jump. Like, what's the worst that can happen?
A little less conversation and more action, isn't it? That's really 100%. What it is.
And then we can have these amazing conversations afterwards. The conversations are even better.
Yeah, celebratory ones.
Exactly, do you know what I mean?
Telling of like, well, you know, and you are a busy man, so I really appreciate you passing through, my G.
This was like, I knew I was going to come and do it always. Like as soon as you shout at me, it was always a case of like, when do we get to kind of to slot it in? But
we're out here, we're doing it.
Yeah, 100%, man.
So what's for the future? What's for the next few?
Summer is always pretty mad because obviously you got the festivals on and you've got your little Ibiza trips here and there. There's a few of them.
Yeah, I don't think you do many of them, do you?
Like, do you know what? It's one of them ones where like I love it, and then by the end of it, you're like, I don't want to see Ibiza again. For
Get me
like,
home. Yeah.
The 12-month gap is great. But I've been once when I played for EZ last week, which was great. He's a hero.
Yeah, he's a
This is
dog.
another thing, like I'm still such a fan of things and people. Like I'm playing with EZ and EZ's thanking me and like I'm like, bruv.
Yeah. Don't
you're
get me
EZ,
started.
bruv. Don't read the garage chapter. It will tell you, explain it all, like in the book, like EZ, Coliseum and that. And I now can play at EZ's opening party in Ibiza. To me, that's those things as well. They'll never stop meaning the most.
Yeah, I'm the same. Congratulations, my G.
Oh, thank you. But same to you as well, bro.
Yeah,
Because this is like super important to the culture as well. Someone like yourself who knows it inside out. Like
Cheers,
your
my bro.
range of guests as well is mad.
Thank you.
Like it's important because that's again like same way in the book links things. It's like you having graph artists on, having me on, having like rap artists on, having like all these different kind of sectors of culture because it's all linked.
One
like
and the same.
Fashion. I was talking to the guys from Trapstar the other day, and it's like it's all linked. Like fashion is linked to music, is linked to sport, gaming's even in there. Like
the whole thing.
And it just and now we're in a position where the UK is like actually got some real eyes and ears on it.
Yeah. It's moved like an organism for so
yeah.
long, and now it's like there really is like some attraction going.
And we got to just celebrate it and just keep it flowing, man.
For real.
Definitely.
Well, on that note, it's been a pleasure
100%, bro.
Yeah, bro.
To part 2 in a soonest time frame.
Yeah, you know.
100%.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Killa Kela Podcast. If you're out there and you're hearing loud and clear, make some noise wherever you are for the man like Target inside the ride. Killa Kela Podcast. Subscribe, like, do not sleep, I repeat, do not sleep on my repeats. Stay lucky, people.
Go for it, yeah. Yes, legs, it's all about the legs today. If you ain't got them, you can't rock them.
I'm super excited because I am with Beats and his fucking stepson Craig. Here we are.
It's really George. It's George, actually.
It's George and Hugo, really.
Yeah, no, I can actually say a few words now.
Yeah, but can you please just stay in character just for me?
I don't speak if I stay in character. Like,
I guess so. You might just like have some porno mags under your bed or something.
oh no, I have them anyway, obviously.
We've both got our Kurupt FM socks on. Can we just show these?
Yeah.
Yes. White and black version. You can probably buy them from somewhere, can you?
Probably somewhere online.
Yeah.
Oh, easy. Whoa, someone's a bit pissed.
I've had two gin and tonics.
That's a lightweight material, that is. Yeah, go Shopify, Kurupt FM, get all the merch on there.
Not being funny, but I did see the videos of you drinking all the champagne on their last tour, so lightweight and all that.
Well, let's not talk about the tour, because there was some fucking crazy shit.
It looked like it was fucked up. I liked it.
Banned venues, so yeah, that's actually generally.
What do you want to say about that?
I want to say that I'm pissed off. I shouldn't be banned just because I was sick in the tour bus. Like, it wasn't my fault. You know, like, I cleaned it up as well, and then I blocked the toilet, and then I had to break, what is it, the Welsh guy, wasn't it, was sleeping. And then I had to, like, wake him up, and then get him to call out a plumber. It was a fucking nightmare.
Do you know what? My favourite bit about that was I saw you in, like, I think it was a dressing gown and your sliders with the...
That's just how he rolls. That is true. That's literally how I live my life. Yeah.
Like your Kurupt FM little sliders on and your little dressing gown, you had your champers. It was great. I was like...
You know? Yeah. Yeah. I got quite big tits, you know. Even my girlfriend said that. Like, it's quite weird for a man, but yeah.
Tits are fucking great, you know what I mean?
Good. I feel them every day, so I know, you know, I know that vibe. Like, the only good thing is with mine, because it's fat, I can just grab it as hard as I want and it doesn't hurt, you know. Whereas you women, if I go like tense, some serious shit then. Like, sorry.
There is one thing I want to ask you both. Yeah. What is your top 3 favourite things that you've ever done on like Kurupt FM? I mean, I've got my top 3, but I want to know you guys.
What, in the show?
Yeah, like in the show, like there's some really funny moments. You know, what's your top 3?
When Grinder took pills. Yeah. It's really hard.
I liked it because Steve had to like comfort him.
Craig's fishing trip. The fishing trip.
Oh, the fishing trip! Yes!
It's so hard, like.
G, just because he's an absolute
Yeah.
legend. Like,
When he like broke all the stuff in the store to like sell, it was great. There's so many moments when he was like fucking Misha's mum.
oh, Misha's mum. Yeah, yeah, she's great.
I think my favourite was the music video.
Yeah, that was sick. That was fun to do. That was a sick episode to film. Wasn't involved.
When you were doing, oh sorry babes. I liked the uni halls party. That was good.
Pretty cool. Did you see the splits? Did you see the splits? I've done the splits. What?
Can you do it now? Can you do it now? Oh my god! Oh my god! Do you want me to do splits too? I've really enjoyed this chat. No, it's alright. I'm alright with you, George.
Oh, is it? Oh, right.
We've really enjoyed this chat. Have you enjoyed this?
Well, yeah. Didn't even expect to come tonight, you know. Right. I thought.
Me either. I'm just turned up here. We've had a good time, haven't we?
Yeah, it's been alright. I feel a bit fucked. I feel a bit worn out actually, to be honest with
Are you going to put dressing gown on sliders?
Not tonight.
I'm super excited because I'm running to Doc Brown. Do you want to say hi?
How's it going? Great.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. I'm really excited because I fucking loved it when you were with everyone. You know, live from the road, Quality Street. How was it working with the DJ?
Wicked. I mean, I still work with him. It's been 7 years now. We've been working together on different bits and pieces. But Life on the Road was definitely the most fun. You know, it was like 6-7 weeks of having a proper laugh.
Yeah.
Only shoot I've ever been on that started at 9, ended at 4. Proper long lunches, amazing catering. Yeah. To be honest, it's more of a reunion thing for me, outside of like any kind of business interest. Because Killa and Pav of Foreign Beggars, there's a bunch of people here that I knew when I was with the Snap, a very young rapper running around before anything. It's really nice to see the place. That's why I'm here.
Ah, it's awesome. Oh, nice to meet you.
And you.
Ladies and gentlemen, how are we feeling? We feeling good? Yeah. Listen, first of all, thank you so much once again for coming through. This is the Killa Kela Podcast, a live experience. And I just want to say before we touch out, okay, I want to send a massive rest in peace to my friend Lam Barkley, who died last week. Massive love and respect to her and the family. Shout out to my boy James. I'd also like to say this. Without you guys, it ain't possible. Well, we got a very special guest right here that we're about to do this with. We're going to do a collab thing right now. Would you please make some noise for my dog, Bob Vylan? Track up, please. Yeah. Lynch your leaders, lynch your leaders. 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 Track up. Down, tear that building to the ground. That house of serpents harbors burgers. Bet that martyrs looking down. So heavy-hearted, used to feed us. Now there's all this space between us. Next door neighbours will not save us. Our own country's trying to bleed us. Been fucking violent. Had my mum breaking her back. Bought some scales to take the weight off. And now I'm under attack. Walk to the shops 100 times a day. Hope my neighbours were not watching. Lucas Zato plus and clean film. It's suspicious fucking shopping. Baggy jeans with drops in. Had to rid them on the way. Had this toothache for a month now, but the dentist wants me to pay. Auctioned off the NHS, they're fucking giving it away. We're all slaves, barely giving man a wage. They're printing bags like fucking clippings about man taking your job. Women daring to speak up, and all those black fatherless jobs. I swear this place has gone insane. You want your country back from who? Your brain is fried from too much sun. We want our country back from you. Turn the fucking track up. Lynch your leaders, turn the track up. Lynch your leaders, 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 lynch your leaders.
down, sell your soul to make a pound. Gotta get it how you live. The poor can't afford to be proud. 15 growing way too quickly. My school jumper didn't fit me. I took one brief look around and stole one from the lost and found. Just like I stole that teacher's purse. Mum's first son was a thief. Wanted new trainers, lost the money and got suspended for a week. Another leak, son of an immigrant, suckling their England seat. Ugly duckling of this nation, suffering from its own defeat. You brought this himself, and somehow it's all our fault. Man feel low, in a place where there's no houses, heat or hope. 9 to 5, move some dope, sniff some coke, just to cope. Till it all comes tumbling down and we decide to grab that rope. Lynch your leaders. 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 Killer Tories. Lynch your leaders. Lynch your leaders. Lynch your leaders, lynch your leaders, ah yeah. 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 Kill a Tory, kill a pig, and lynch your fucking leaders.
Make some noise for Bob Vylan! Thank you so much, Bob Vylan inside the place. Come in, Norm. This is about that. Thank you so much for having us, man. SJ, come up. That's SJ. Come. Come on, Norm. Come on. Would you please make some noise for Normski and SJ that's come through this evening? Our co-hosts, of course, Eric the dog. Massive shout out to Hugo, massive shout out to Shola, massive shout out to Pav, Lee, all area crew to come through. Obviously, as you know, you can go on the share and you can check it again and again live on the Facebook stream. We don't fuck about around here. Make some noise for the location, the shop. That's what we're saying. And once again, thank you so much for having us, all the celebrities inside the place. You know who you are. Thank you. Big shout out to the Beatbox Collective, all crew, Jungle Brown. Hold tight, everybody. Stay lucky. Peace.